Hey guys, what's going on? It's Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. Who is your favorite rare champion inside Raid Shadow Legends? Number one rare champion, me, Ashwalker.
Oh yeah. Your experience may differ.
Number two is gonna be Coldheart. Coldheart, Ashwalker, and Reliquary Tender. I kid about Ashwalker, but I have to include him because of the name. But Reliquary Tender, to me, and Coldheart are two of the best rare champions out there. Probably Apothecary and Bellower deserve being added to that conversation. But there it is. Those are the best rares in the game, in my opinion. Today, I want to show you 3 builds here in 2022 for Coldheart to help you get utility out of her everywhere in the game. So I'm going to show you the 2 builds on my main account. I have 2 different Coldhearts. Coldheart, definitely a champion that is totally justifiable building out 2 or even 3 copies of them. And then I'm going to show you the Coldheart on my free-to-play account to give you a more realistic kind of early to mid-game build for her as well. So let's go ahead and start by looking at the 2 on my main account here. Coldheart, man, she's like a legendary in a rare's body, in a rare's rarity.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah.
How did you know that?
A legendary in a rare. A legendary like rare champion. You can't say that about really any other rare champions in terms of really being legendary. Even Reliquary Tender, she has an epic-like kit, a good epic at that. Bellower, definitely a very good epic-like kit. Very unique though in a lot of ways, but man, Coldheart, and you can see I have 2 and I kind of notate them with a little, you know, you can add the little notations so you can differentiate between 2 different builds. So I have the 2, the Roman numeral 2 on the Coldheart that I have in Destroy gear for Scarab King. Now I solo Scarab King with Tomb Lord or with Urost, but before I used to rely heavily on this Coldheart in Destroy, which we'll talk about in just a moment, but this is my main Coldheart. So I'm going to walk you through why she's so amazing and then why I love her in a Reflex set. So number 1 is her A1, right? A 4-time hitter, man. There's not that many champions in the game who have 4-time hitters. We have 4-time hitter with heal reduction on the A1. It makes her already one of the 2 best champions inside the entire game for Fire Knight. Her and Allure are S-tier champions. On the A2, a 3.3 multiplier on this A2. It's an AoE attack with decreased accuracy, 35% chance at landing it, and a poison if the target is under heal reduction, which she does have on her A1. What you really need to know about the Art of Pain ability is it's a decently hard-hitting AoE attack on a 3-turn cooldown. Heartseeker, her A3. This is her big money ability. This is, you know, for all the proverbial marbles, it is a very heavy hitter based on enemy max HP with a little bit of attack factoring in as well, but primarily enemy max HP is what this is going to be based on in terms of the damage. Now, it's also decreasing the target's turn meter by 100%, so a full turn meter depletion as well, and just a ton of damage. It also has a bonus 30% chance to inflict a critical hit. So, there it is. That's her kit, guys. It's pretty simplistic. 3 very strong abilities, especially her A1 and her A3. In terms of masteries, you really have 3 options for your Coldheart. You can go with Giant Slayer. Typically, with a 3 or 4 hitter on the A1, we want Giant Slayer on our champions. However, with Coldheart, I would advise passing on Giant Slayer. It's not wrong. You can go Giant Slayer, especially for Fire Knight if you wanted to, but I still think you're better off with going with Flawless Execution. Now, the third option is Helm Smasher as a tier 6 mastery. Helm Smasher is going to help you against the waves, but really, I don't know. For me, it's all about going with the extra crit damage, again, with Flawless Execution. Flawless Execution, I look at this mastery primarily only for champions that do damage based on enemy max HP. Champions like Royal Guard, champions like Septimus, like Husk, and like Coldheart. I like the extra crit damage because, I mean, we're doing so much damage anyway, thinking a million plus damage on that A3, that 20% extra crit damage is really going to exponentially get a lot of extra damage overall out of that ability. So that's why I like Flawless Execution. Other just random AoE nukers, Flawless Execution, meh, you know, but champions that do damage based on enemy max HP, you can get a lot of value there. So the rest of the masteries, make your own decisions, but this is what I have. Let me move out of the way here. Never just blindly copy masteries though. Go with what makes sense to you. Take the time, especially if you're a new player, been playing only for a few months. Masteries can seem kind of overwhelming. Just take the time to read them. You know, over time, after a month or two, you'll understand and start picking up what every single mastery in the game does. So in terms of her artifacts, again, Reflex. Now, why do I have a Reflex set on this champion? Has a 40% chance to reduce random skill cooldown. So what I do on my Coldheart that I'm using against bosses, we're talking about Doom Tower bosses, Dark Fae, Scarab King, Spider obviously as well, Fire Knight. What I'm doing is I'm shutting off my A2. I'm not using my A2 ability. Ergo, there's only one skill that could possibly even be on cooldown. That is the Heartseeker. So every single turn, we're going to get a 40% chance to reduce the skill, or reduce this cooldown, excuse me, of this Heartseeker. She's going to be a Heartseeker maniac, a Heartseeker machine, just dealing tons of damage again and again and again because of that faster cooldown, because of the Reflex set, okay? So I love running her in this fashion. You are losing a little bit of DPS against the waves, not using the Art of Pain. Heck, you don't have to shut down Art of Pain, and you'll have a chance of reducing the cooldown of that ability if you're relying heavily on it for dungeon waves. Me personally, I just shut it down and I just go Flurry of Arrows, Heartseeker, Flurry of Arrows, Heartseeker. Not really every other turn because it's only reducing it by one turn, but still, I love having Reflex gear on my Coldheart. You can't go wrong, guys. Now, if you don't have good Reflex gear, you can go Savage. Most people who don't have Reflex go Savage, or just crit damage, crit rate, whatever they have access to, okay? So artifacts here, we go crit damage on the gauntlets. That's going to be a big priority for your Coldhearts, trying to get her in crit damage on those gauntlets. Remember, you only really have to build her crit rate up to 70% because of that extra 30% on the A3. Now, 30% or 70% crit rate is going to punish you a little bit on the A1 and the A2, but trust me, focus on getting your crit damage as high as humanly possible, and sometimes that is worth the sacrifice on this specific champion to getting her to just only 70 plus crit rate.
I guess you look happier, you do.
So crit damage on the gauntlets. We have attack percentage on the chest, but let me stress this, guys. I am only running attack percentage on the chest because I only have attack percentage right now. I looked before I started recording this video. I want to set a good example for you guys and go with HP percentage or defense percentage on the chest. However, I didn't have any in Reflex. The reason being is because attack percentage, or just having a bunch of attack in general, does not matter as much on this champion. We already talked about it. It's better off keeping her alive because most of her damage is coming off of that A3 ability that is primarily based on enemy max HP. So there is nothing wrong. Let me say that again. Nothing wrong, especially if she's dying. She is very squishy, right? 738 defense, 1300 HP. There's nothing wrong going with HP percentage or defense percentage on the chest piece, okay? Speed on the boots, and then I'm going HP or defense on the ring. Again, keeping her alive here, guys. Crit damage on the amulet, and usually accuracy. Keep in mind that A3 does require accuracy to land that turn meter depletion, so we do need a healthy amount of accuracy on our Coldhearts. Now, if I look at this build, if I'm going to be critical of myself here, I want her a little bit faster, ideally closer to 200 total speed, but still, it's not bad. These stats are just fine. I'm shooting for over 300 accuracy because I'm using her primarily in the end game, but general rule of thumb, around 10 to 12 accuracy per stage per dungeon that you're facing. Usually around 250 or 300 plus accuracy for Doom Tower Hard, usually over 200 accuracy for Doom Tower Normal. So there it is, guys. That's build number one. Build number two is basically the same fundamentals, but we have her in Destroy gear for Scarab King. Coldheart is amazing against the Scarab King, obviously with turn meter and a ton of damage. You can chop away at the enemy max HP really quickly with Destroy Gear on your Coldheart, especially when she lands that hard-hitting A3 ability. So definitely don't be afraid to equip a second Coldheart or even your main Coldheart in Destroy Gear, specifically if you're struggling against the Scarab King. Now, before I show you my third Coldheart on my free-to-play account, instead of switching back and forth, let me show you quickly the magic of Coldheart, and we're gonna go ahead and take her to Spider's Den. I have, let me just make a note of Spider's Den too. Spider 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. The turn meter and the enemy max HP has been nerfed on these dungeons. However, you can still use her on your team. Still 10% of all the HP that the Spider has is still a lot of damage that she's landing on that Heartseeker ability. And even though the turn meter has been kind of nerfed against these higher level dungeons, still 50% of 100% turn meter is, well, 50% turn meter reduction. So you're still gonna get a lot of value out of that A3. So my Spider 25 team, do I have it up right now? No, this is my Spider 20 team, so let me just run Spider 20. Spider 25, guys, I'll show you kind of the team that I run. I'm not even sure if I have it in my saved teams. We need more saved team slots, don't we, guys? So this is a squad right here, right? And I will show you, I still run Coldheart on this team. It's about, well, I'll run this team, who cares, right? We have a Spider event going on right now, might as well. This team is so fun to play, guys. I have just a bunch of burn, and again, I have, what's his name again? Crap, I just did a guide on him. I'm just Skimfos. Skimfos, the consumed on this team is really cool. I have, there's a Heartseeker ability, 750,000 damage. That's not bad at all, is it, guys? Not bad at all. So here we go. We're going to kind of reset. The Spider is going to get one heal off, but I still use Coldheart on my level 25 Spider team, right? I still use her. Why not? She's still reducing turn meter. She's still dealing a tons of damage. If you can keep her alive, why not use her here? And this is my main Coldheart as well. And boy, Sissia Flametongue is the star of this show. Is she not, guys? See how much damage she is doing? It's incredible stuff, man. She's one of my favorite champions, favorite legendaries added last year, man. So this battle is almost over. I'm going to show you my Spider 20 team as well before we jump into Fire Knight. But there it is, guys. Man, oh man, oh man. 1.2 million damage there out of Coldheart in only a few hits. We have an accuracy banner with speed. Yeah, I will keep that banner. That is a really good Ogre and Tribe banner. This is my level 25 team. Let me show you my level 20 team. Well, do you guys need to see it again? It's all enemy max HP. It's all enemy max HP, my Spider 20 team. Let me pull it up right here. What I'm gonna do actually, guys, is take Septimus out, because that's like cheating, running Septimus along with the rest of this squad. Let me go ahead and run. Basically, I'm gonna take Venus out too. Stag Knight gets the job done very, very easily. So let me go ahead and find the Stagnator, and then let's put the other Coldheart in as well. I believe I can fly. Oh, where are you? Am I blind? I believe I can touch the sky. Yes, I am. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go in on auto here. I hope Stag Knight is fast enough. I think he is. I think he is to go first here, or to go second. So we're going to go ahead and come in here with Archmage Helmet. He's going to be my speed booster, my increased crit damage as well. Then Stag Knight goes in, and then we're going to have the Royal Guard takedown ability. Number 1, Coldheart, boom. You can see all that turn meter going down as well. And number 2, Coldheart coming in as well. So there we go, guys. Now the Spider's going to heal up. We're going to go in another rotation, and it will be down. If I had another Coldheart, the battle would be over by now, right? I could probably run her instead of Archmage Helmet, or if I had Septimus on the team, the battle would be over by now. It's about a 17-second run or so. But either way, guys, we're just going to rotate through the skills again and kill this Spider. This is a very, very good team here, guys. Even if one of my Coldheart ends up dying, not going to be the end of the world here. Coldheart is amazing against Spider. She is truly amazing. And she's amazing against Fire Knight, which I'm going to take you guys to right about now. Let's go ahead. Oh, I got a visitor. Come on, Charlie. What are you doing in here? Dad is recorded. Come here, Bubba. Are you tired yet? Sorry, we get a visitor from the little guy. He wants to see Coldheart too. You want to see Coldheart, Charlie?
No, thanks.
Come here. Check her out. Check her out. Spider Knight 25. So I have a lure on this squad. What I'm going to do is just tweak the team a little bit. I'm going to get Coldheart on this team. You know what? I'm going to show you Fire Knight 20 instead. And I'm going to make a Coldheart exclusive team with Fire Knight 20. Say hi to my friends. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi, friends.
Help me.
Okay, there we go.
It's like the walls are caving in.
All right, guys, so we have Apothecary, we have Stag Knight, we have Allure, Coldheart, and Vizix the Unbowed here. And you guys will see how easy this team is. Apothecary has 3 hits on his A1. Coldheart has 4 hits on her A1. It's going to be super easy to get through these waves and take care of the Fire Knight. Now, the good news is, again, as I mentioned earlier, we can be using Coldheart really against a bunch of Doom Tower bosses as well. So let me go ahead and kind of give the rundown here of what Doom Tower bosses that I like using her against. So I have them jotted down right here. We use her against Frostbiter, Scarab King, Eternal Dragon, and Dark Fae are my favorites. You can use her against Magma Dragon as well if you want to. And of course, she is just god tier against Fire Knight and Spider, as you guys can see before your very eyes. Now, I use her in those areas as well on my free-to-play account, and I will show you kind of a watered-down version of Coldheart here. But suffice it to say, I think these builds are my favorite. I love Reflex. I love Destroy as well. We're about to approach the Fire Knight. Let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Now, normally, I also shut off the A3 ability of Allure for Fire Knight because I just want her using her A1. The cool thing about Coldheart is, guys, she has been auto-tuned by Plarium to go ahead and, hey, heal reduction also landed. Good for the Fire Knight as well, right? She's been auto-tuned to only use her A1 against the Fire Knight. She's only going to use it when he has his shield up. This is it, guys. The shield is down, game over. That's it. Makes Fire Knight very, very easy when you have your hands on a champion like Coldheart, right? Man, Fire Knight 20 is pretty easy, huh? Golly. This team could probably get the job done against Fire Knight 25 as well, but there she goes, Coldheart coming in with the damage lead as well on this squad. And no, thank you. All right, let me switch over to the free-to-play. I will show you my other Coldheart, and then we'll call it a wrap. All right, guys, so here we are on my free-to-play account. I only have like 7 or 8 champions to level 60. One of them is Coldheart. I do not regret it. I prioritize Coldheart over Raglan, in Tormund, in Herndig, partially because she's a rare and she's frankly easier to upgrade. I don't have any legendary skill tomes. However, I do have, or I had, rare skill tomes on the free-to-play account. They're easier to come by, so I prioritize using Coldheart or building Coldheart. I don't have the Masteries finished just yet, but it's okay. She's still a game changer for my account. You can see I have haphazard artifacts on this Coldheart, right? I have a crit rate set, I have an accuracy set. Crit rate and accuracy, there's nothing wrong with these sets at all. They are basic compared to some of the more advanced sets out there, but they get the job done. I love accuracy sets, especially if you don't have access to a lot of perception gear in the early game. So you can see the total stats here on my free-to-play Coldheart: 166 speed, 70 on the dot on the crit rate, and then 23k and 1800 on the HP and the attack with over 200 accuracy. Over 200 accuracy is all I need for where I am in the game on my free-to-play account. I have accuracy on the banner. I have HP percentage, or defense percentage, excuse me, on the chest piece. And I have crit damage on the gauntlets as well. And again here, guys, I'm going with defense on the ring. I'm going with crit damage on the amulet. The takeaway here, guys, is don't build your Coldheart to be super, super squishy. I could probably stand to gain some more HP, because if she's the lowest HP, she might be targeted by the bosses and she might die really, really quickly. So guys, there we have it. It's 3 Coldhearts, 3 builds, a simple free-to-play build, just using the artifacts that you have lying around. Crit rate, accuracy, even crit damage works as well. Heck, even offense works, or speed as well, if you need that extra boost of speed on your Coldheart. Nothing wrong again with going accuracy. I showed you Destroy, and of course I showed you Reflex, my personal favorite. So guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.